Muted. You're fucking muted.
Fucking muted as always. I said, I was
Just,
saying.
no, what you got to do is you just gotta start the fucking podcast and then just not mute yourself.
God
and then,
damn.
Like, just be like, let that shit.
I gotta do that. But
so what were you saying?
I was saying another goddamn Sunday with my boy Logic, and that shit all fucking went to waste for that on mute. So I apologize.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. If you're new to this podcast, we curse. We don't have hugs here. There's no hugs in this podcast. This is straight talk. This is straight opinionated. This is our opinion. This is how we usually roll on Sundays. We talk about what we talk about, the week's news. And there was a lot this week, right? There was also a couple of trailers showing up that very excited because kicks off the E3 season. We've been talking about this for a couple of podcasts now. Kicks off the E3 season, so that's amazing. But as always, we start off the podcast by saying, how was your week?
It was pretty good. It was good. Got some more gaming in, some more Destiny in. There's a new update on MLB The Show. They added team affinities for season 2. Affinities basically they break it down by each division. So they have like these challenges that you have to do. So and then if you unlock each division and you get like a special, you could unlock cards from different teams in that division. And some of them, sometimes they're throwback cards. Like I just got the breakout card for Gary Sanchez in 2016. So like when he actually knew how to hit the fucking ball.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So he's got like an 89 diamond ranking, and I was able. So it was like I didn't have a diamond catcher, so I was like, cool. I plug him in until I unlock Posada because I still need to buy Garrett Cole. He's 160,000 stubs, and I'm a broke bitch. So I'm not buying for stubs. I'm not buying stubs. I'm doing no money spent. So, just try to, so I got to grind it out. So how do you grind it out? You do a little XP glitch and take advantage of that.
Okay.
And we're, doing those things. So yeah, just some gaming, doctor's appointments and chilling and watching some sports. And unfortunately our teams aren't doing so hot today. But it's whatever.
We opened up the show last week with it. It looks like we'll do the same this week. It's just, it's going to happen. It's playoff basketball for the Knicks. It's baseball for the Yankees. We're New Yorkers. We're going to talk about it. But I'm glad that you were able to get some gaming in. That's important. I mean, that's always good, when we want to relax and reset the mind, all that stuff. But man, what do you think about the
we got some Knockout City too.
Knockout City.
Played a little knockout. That was fun.
Yeah. Reborn has been posting some of our stuff, which is pretty cool. He's been posting
we got to put a link into that too on Twitter.
Definitely. We did we did a few games. And we had fun. For those who are not playing this game, will think this is just too goofy, too kid-like. Remind yourself that you're an adult playing video games. It's what it is. At the end of the day, we're adults playing video games, so this kiddie stuff is fun, especially if you have a crew. If you have your boys to play with, it's just fun. A little bit about what I did this week was that exactly right there, Knockout City. Played a lot of that. I'm leveled up. I think you get to 100. I think it's over now. We have to. I don't know if it's reverting back to EA Pass or you got to pay for it. But on Game Pass, it's no longer the free trial. Now I guess you got to go back. What up, Fugly? I guess we got to go back to either EA Pass or I'm not sure. I haven't seen it yet. Potion. Oh man, good to see you guys in the chat, man. Everything good, Potion. So we ended up playing a lot of that this week.
Yeah.
All of us, you, me, Money, Reborn. But I ended up picking up Biomutant.
Nice.
Biomutant to me, I've been eyeing this thing since 2017, and I've been watching it, and it's ever since it premiered at Gamescom. It was one of those curiosities. Being your brother was just sitting there going, "Yo, what is this?" Like, okay,
cool.
And
he was hyping me. I only knew about it a couple of weeks ago because he's been like telling me, he was like, "Yo, I'm so hyped for this shit." And
dude,
I was like, cool. And I understand the excitement.
But
obviously, we see like it kind of got hit a little bit. In the reviews and stuff like that, but I think there's still a lot of enjoyment that you can find in the game if you take it for what it is. And unfortunately, it just felt to me like it was just one of those games that kind of got a little blown out of proportion, like where it got kind of a little overhyped, where it like set up these like crazy expectations, for this vast open world and all of this stuff. And it's like, oh, it has the open world.
Which, by the way, none of that they showed was fake. All of that.
Right.
The
colors are popping.
Game is open world.
Open world, all that. It just, in the open world, there's not so much going on necessarily, unfortunately. So it's like filling in the blanks. So you almost wish that they kind of didn't oversell it in that aspect, but
I
you can still find the enjoyment in the leveling and the grind, and playing and stuff.
I think the problem with Biomutant was that they hyped it up so much before they actually said what versions of these games were going to be. They literally dropped that information the week prior to it, if not like a couple of days before it dropped. And that's what got the whole internet going at a stir. The whole, oh my God, Biomutant is going to be playing a last gen system. And then, what up, Matt? And then at the end of the day, then you add to that. Now you start adding your fanboy stuff, where it's like, oh, this will play on 4K naturally, or dedicated, what do you call that? Upscaled 4K from 1080p on this system, and native on that one. And that's again adding fuel to fire. You're gonna get the fanboys going nuts about it. But at the end of the day, it's nothing new. It's not a secret. Xbox has been doing this. They've been laying down the work for this kind of stuff. They support backwards to the point where they do FPS boosting and so on and so forth. No surprise there. The only ones that are surprised about that are the ones that don't like Xbox, who hate the shot at Xbox, right? That's whatever. But I played Biomutant this week. I've been playing this week. I've put I want to say I put like 10 hours already into it. Like about 10 hours.
So what are your impressions? Like, so 10 hours in, what are your impressions?
The world being empty was kind of weird that was part of the review.
It wasn't just one person that said it too. It
was a couple of them that said that it was empty world. But as I play it, I'm going, it's not so much that it's empty that you run around and find nothing to do. There's a lot of shit to do in the game. Okay. You just got it's divided into biomes, like it's different zones, right? Mm-hmm. And in each zone you have your level of who you're gonna fight, what you're gonna fight, side missions. There's plenty of side missions in this game. Plenty. Okay. I found myself going, holy fuck. There's a lot of side missions, but what I'm loving about the game is the artistic style they went with the game. The colors are just popping. The fact that like it's a raccoon, man. Like it's a raccoon, and the animation of the raccoon when you go into sprint mode.
Is it a raccoon or is it a rat?
It's a raccoon.
Oh, okay, it's a raccoon. Okay.
I think it's a raccoon. To me, it's a raccoon. He has a whole bandit eye shit and everything. But when you click in the left stick to run, to the run shit, like he goes in all fours and starts running and shit.
And actually, like starts like going like almost like on a gallop and
to the point where you get any mount in the game, you get a mount in the game, you get any kind of mount. But to the point where I'm not even using a fucking mount. I'd rather see the animation of him running through the whole fucking green grass and the water, all that like jet skiing is happening on that. I love the customization of that is fucking amazing. It needs work, but the customization of that is pretty cool. I have not yet to see something different that's going, I want to put that on. Like my raccoon looks like an ass right now. He looks like he's like a silly ass raccoon. Like he has a pan on his head with a toilet scrubber as a weapon. And then he has
but it's not cosmetics. It's to the point where like that's actual, like those all give you stat effects.
They give you stat effects. They give you stat effects. Correct. Okay. I have a pistol right now where it's a silenced pistol, and for the silencer, they're literally using a filter, air filter, not an oil can filter, an air filter.
Oh, okay.
And when you shoot, it's like it sounds like you're shooting like boom.
That was that Modern Warfare in campaign when you went up to the car and you had the handgun and you had to get the suppressor to fucking go on.
So it's funny because when you shoot it sounds like a car accelerating. Yeah. It's like so it's like, what the fuck am I shooting? Cool. The boss battles are epic. The colors are just there. It's a beautiful game. I've been putting hours into it. Again, the customization's there. The leveling up system's awesome. I believe they're already stated they're going to drop their patch coming up soon. Was going to rework some of the retool and rework some of like the audio in the game because that's a little off. I'm a little disappointed that the negatives of this is I'm a little disappointed that quick resume is not enabled on this game. I wish quick resume was enabled on it. I don't know why they went with that direction.
But is that because it was technically designed for the original Xbox One and not necessarily?
Could be. It could be. But I have other backward games from the Xbox One X era and One era that I played that does resume? Yeah. So I think it's more because the code is there. It's just more the developers turning it on and utilizing it to their games.
Got it.
Eventually it'll get there. I'm sure it'll be enabled, but right now it doesn't. However, the save system in this game kind of like it's great. The save system, you got the multiple saves that you could do, but the save system in this game is so good that wherever you save it manually, anywhere in the world you save it, when you go back to the save point, that's where it's the quick start without the quick resume without the quick resume. It's like you go back into your checkpoint or your save point and you're there right where you left it off at. So if he was picking his nose, he's still picking his nose. He's probably mad at you, but he's picking his nose. But Yeah. Yes. Elite, the crafting is nuts in this game. I'm glad you guys are really enjoying Biomutant, and I'm glad that I'm happy that these reviewers got like it affected to the point where people start playing it because. Yeah. The thing with reviewers, everybody has their person to go to when it comes to reviews, and I get that. Everybody has their go-to person because it relates to them, and that's how it should be. But you shouldn't let a reviewer who only plays the game for a couple of hours not finish it, tell you that it's a garbage game, don't pick it up. There's an opinion.
Yeah.
And then there's a let me sway you not to buy it kind of a thing. That's what I don't like.
There's also been a lot of reviewers that I'll swear by, but yet they'll say something that I don't agree with. So it's like, okay, I mean, I can never really say that the review is, really swayed me in one way or another to buy or not buy a game. But I definitely could say like maybe, in certain situations it might have given me some more hesitation to be like, okay, maybe I should wait a little bit. Maybe I should not buy it right away if it's things like game-ending bugs and stuff like that, like in a Cyberpunk thing or stuff like this. But anything that's like gameplay related, like they're different. Like everybody's different on what, and that's why I asked you originally, like, what were your impressions? Like, how do you feel about it? Because your impressions and what you're getting out of the game is different from what maybe Elite got out of it, is different from what SkillUp, who reviewed it, got out of it. Is different. Like, and not everybody. That's not everybody's genre too of game. Like, you got to understand, is the game for you even? That's another thing too. It's like if you're not into like kind of that whole open world beat 'em up kind of thing too, where it's like, or the leveling and the grinding process too, like getting your guy like more stronger and everything like that, and building them up and stuff. If that's not your shtick, then
that's the thing though. Most people that review this game that gave it a shitty like a 4.0 whatever, like low score, I've noticed that they didn't even get into the skill tree. They didn't even get into it to actually see what's it about. Like because the game literally takes life. After a few hours of playing it, it takes off.
Right. So you really can't get a good gist of what the game's going to be about.
No,
like
not in the beginning.
Like hour,
not in the beginning. No.
2 hours, yeah.
You literally, it took me once I got that first that initial introduction to the world and the game. It took about 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe even 5. But once I got out of that, the game where I'm at right now at the state of the game, it's like. Wow,
I heard the game kind of holds your hand in the beginning, from what
it does, and that's the problem. Like I don't know. I was playing like. Well,
to some people, but that's the thing. Some people, when it comes to open world games, they don't want their hand held the whole time, like right away. Like
that's
like, almost like in Odyssey, like where it's like, okay, you do a couple of those missions on the first island that you're from.
That's where.
And after that, it's like, yo, go wherever the fuck you want to go.
That's exactly the fuck I was at, man. I was playing the game going, why are you holding my fucking hand? I know what an RPG is. I know what to do. Stop holding my hand. And I get it. Some people just
like coddling. Like some people aren't fans of the whole coddling. It's like, I get it now. After you did it now. Let me go do what I want. Let me go play the game the way, because that's the biggest thing about it. GTA is the same thing. You have missions, you have side missions, and some people just want to run around and be an asshole.
It's just
and just go blow up cars.
I'm an old school gamer. I'm an old school gamer. I never read the fucking instruction manual. I just went straight to the fucking game.
You just figured it out.
Just fuck it all. But the thing is that in the beginning, that's why I'm assuming. I can assume the reviewers got into it. They played that intro, and that intro holds your hand.
And it threw like, so I can understand how that would leave like a poor taste in somebody's mouth. But once you get past that, understand
it blows into a whole wow.
And then you get to blossom, and then now you get to actually like go through.
And I only hope that these reviewers go back to it. Like I hope they go back to it and say, let's now go to it more in depth.
Well, to give it, it's like fair share, basically.
Give it a fair share, and I'm a big believer in that. Give it a fair share. If you gave your initial review, that's an initial review. Now play the game. And play the game how you want to play it, and then come back and give me a review on that, how you feel about that. I don't like the first initial ones because a lot of these reviewers, it's all about, we all know the game. Myself included, we're podcasters. The clickbaiting is everything. The getting the traffic inside is everything. So these reviewers want that traffic initially. They want it to be like, well, I got it early. I'm going to show you I got it early. Please come in here and look at my stuff. So they'll do an hour or two of it just to get an impression of it and then review it on that point itself. Great, I get it, but I need you to follow up on that. Like, end that video saying I'm gonna do a follow-up once I dig deeper into the game. This is an initial reaction. I'm gonna dig deeper and I'll give you that.
Like almost like a first impressions. Like I'm gonna give you my first impressions, how it is in the game, but then I'll come back to you and do that. But other people are like, okay, I'll play it through. And then some of the reviewers too, because they get the review key a little bit earlier. Like it goes gold.
Yeah,
they
get it a week early or whatever.
They get it a week early and stuff. But it's like that's not the only game that they're playing too. They're probably playing other things. So it's like, so I think Hebot, I think, made a good point too. No gamer can determine if a game is good based on reviewers' opinion, which is it's still their own opinion, and hopefully it helps you form
Yes,
an
sir.
opinion, an opinion about what for you as a consumer. Because at the end of the day, too, I think that's also what it boils down to. You being the consumer, it's like, are you okay with spending that money? Do you feel like you're going to get that value basically from the game? That's the biggest thing.
So that's how I was playing. I've been playing that. I literally was up all day yesterday. Just play the whole game. I got the whole weekend off all the way till Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, and so I said, "Fuck it, it's gaming time." So I went in and bought mutant, and Money was in the party with me. We were both going in on it. Reborn was in there. Your brother was in there. So they heard all the laughing I was doing with the game because the game is so fucking. Oh man, I can't believe I missed this guy. Heba in the fucking chat. I know you just read his chat out. This fucking chat. I'm going, what? Where's Heba at? Nice to see you, sir, or nice to see you in the chat, sir. I appreciate you coming in. But yeah, man, it's one of those things. But with that being said, first initial reactions, I want to jump right into the fucking fire. Shall we? Shall we just jump right into the fire?
I'm just glad that my phone didn't fucking wake me up last night, dude, because when I woke up and I literally just saw 19 mentions and it wasn't even I wasn't even in the I wasn't even in the conversation anymore. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I literally wasn't even in the conversation anymore.
Listen, I got my hat on.
I said my piece. It was done.
Fuck it. I got my hat on. So we'll talk about this.
That's the last fucking. You know what it is? That's the last time I ever fucking comment on one of your posts trying to defend your ass.
Look, those
I got
who know,
dragged into some bullshit.
Those who know, if you've been following this fucking podcast and following me on fucking Twitter, I'm a troll, bro. Like, I'm one of those guys. However, I lean towards the Xbox. That's no secret. I love my Xbox. The thing is, and I'm gonna start with this. I watched this trailer like everybody else did, State of Play. I'm looking at it. Initially I didn't notice the whole the memes that are out now with the whole chubbiness and everything. I didn't see it for that. I just kept watching because I wanted to see this. And disclaimer here, I played the first one on this game, the first Horizon. I played it fully and I planned the fuck out of it. Yeah. I planned it. I enjoyed it. For what it was, I enjoyed it. I see this trailer and I see it all the way through. I saw it again and I saw it for a third time because I got to give myself a chance to get the initial reaction out of my way. And when I see this, I'm going, well, I see pop-ins in and out. I see that the water looks like dust when they step on it. I see a tech demo, right?
Yeah.
But I see more of the same. I don't see, I mean, the world is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. That's not a bad thing.
Well, it's beautiful for 1080p.
It's not a bad thing.
It's beautiful for 1080p.
It's a gorgeous game for 1080p. It's a gorgeous game for 30 frames per second. It's gorgeous, but it's what Sony's known for.
And I know you're kind of just blowing over those, but I still also want it. We have the technology in 2021 to stream recorded gameplay because that's what this is. This wasn't live. Recorded gameplay. You can capture recorded gameplay at 1440p and at 4K, and you can also stream it at 4K at 60 or at 1440 at 60.
Which is why I don't understand.
Or 1080 at 60.
Or 1080p at 60. I don't, this is why I don't understand why it was shown this way. It's recorded gameplay of somebody playing this game and it's scripted gameplay. Like, they scripted the whole thing. Hey, I walk here, walk there.
I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go behind this thing and then the elephant's going to crash down and it's going to blow up the thing. And then I mean, that whole fight interaction looked awesome. Like, the gameplay, like, it's more of Horizon, and it looks cool. It looks like a fun game, and my brother loved Horizon. I wish I was able to play it on the PC because I know it came out for the PC.
It's on the PC,
I haven't been able to check it out, but I know a lot of people enjoyed playing it on PC because it's like the graphics and everything. Like, if you got a 2K monitor or a 4K, you know what I mean, upscaled and stuff like that, you got like a great experience with that. To your point too, it's like it's still more of the same. So it just felt like for what they chose to show at this State of Play, it's like they made it seem like it was going to be
kept it safe.
Thing.
They kept it safe.
They did. They
kept it really safe.
Yeah.
They kept it so safe that there's not even a release date on it. That's how safe they kept it. It's marketing 101. It's how you sell your consoles. You're gonna get your PlayStation, the ones that lean towards the PlayStation go, holy shit, it's the next game of the year banger and all that other good shit.
Yeah.
I see it from let's go with the neutral. Let's go with the hashtag. I mean, not hashtag. Let's go with the quote unquote neutral, right? I go with the eyes of, let me look at what I'm looking at. I enjoyed the first one. It was something fresh, something new from Guerrilla Games on a PlayStation console. I didn't look at it as everybody else looks as a cookie cutter, which you can't, that can be argued. But I go into that going, I want to see what they got. What have they innovated on? I'm going, okay, the climate's the same. She's fighting. Oh, grappling hook. Okay,
how's the grappling? So the grappling, was that a thing in...
No, that's new. Grappling was not in the first one. The swimming is not in the first one, and also there's a glider that's in this one now. That's like Breath of the Wild kind of, if you want to think about it.
Right.
Which there's the comparison there, but this is new right here. What you see right here, this mechanic with swimming is new. But if you notice, there's no health bar, no oxygen bar, nothing. So again, a tech demo showing off what a captured PlayStation game, PlayStation 5 game looks like.
Yeah, they didn't want to show you any HUD or UI or anything like that. Like, you didn't see how many arrows she had left or anything. Like, because the focus is just supposed to be on, look how pretty this is. But it's hard to tell how pretty it is if you're also streaming it at subpar levels. Like,
you're streaming at subpar levels. You're showing cinematics, which is again a PlayStation thing. It's one of those PlayStation's great at cinematics, 30 frames filmic games. They're great at it. But we're in 2021 and we're still capping. We're still cheerleading for 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
With a $500 system, we're cheerleading for a 30 frames per second game. I want performance mode, great, but why are we making 30 frames normal? Stop it. It's been over a decade.
Unless it's still early.
Over a decade.
And I don't want to just shoot bail. I literally don't want to shoot bail for them, but I will try to give the benefit of the doubt and be like, hey, listen, like, it's still early enough in the development process. Yeah. We can't run it at 60 or whatever we were able to make and get this whatever part of the game that this is in or whatever like that. Like, we were only able to capture it at 1080p at 30 frames.
Well, then the reason. I mean, here's the thing.
But then you shouldn't even tout the fact that you recorded it on a PS5 because that's not because that's your next generation.
Why show it off in the first place other than to sell fucking consoles that you don't even have in stock? That's all you're doing this for. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here and say this doesn't come out this year. I'm gonna take that shot in the dark that it doesn't come out this year, because if you're confident that this game is coming out this year, why not? Why isn't there?
You would have gave a date.
We're what? May now?
Unless you're waiting for E3 to do like a double down on an announcement or something like that.
You're probably waiting for the Jeff Keighley show, the Thursday before the weekend or Friday, whatever.
And be like, oh, by the way, hey, look, Sony sent us over this little thing. You know what I mean?
Right. That's probably the sneaky shit they're doing, because Jeff Keighley's all about Sony. But the thing is, stop doing this then. Like, if you're not gonna drop a release date, why are you doing this? This is you get that fanboy part side, or the one that leans to the PlayStation side. You get them hyped up. I get it, but I look at this and go, well, it's more the same. It's beautiful. It's not a bad thing. It's beautiful. It's what they do. It's what they're known for doing. Yeah. Again, it's not. What is like? It's the same. Would I pick up a PS5? Would I pick up a PS5 for this? No, it's not a system seller. Still not a system seller.
Yeah, no. And especially when I know that I could wait a year and probably get this on PC. And I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
PC world. Oh my God. You said the PC. No, you can't say that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Never. You can't say it's going to play. The PlayStation going to PC? Are you fucking nuts? That was never going to happen. Ever.
It happened already.
Oh shit, did it? Fuck. My bad. But anyways, man, I digress. This is a PlayStation game, to me, not a system seller. The ones that lean to PlayStation side, obviously to them it is, especially when you don't really have an Astrobot to play with, an All-Star Destruction All-Star, where now they have bots in that shit to fill in the servers, because nobody's really playing that. And then you have Returner, which I don't think anybody's playing that anymore. But another issue I have is the fact that I'm just looking at the whole gameplay. Like, it's beautiful, but the issue I have with this is, it's $70, man, and I don't see nothing pushed forward on this game. But then again, that was
cool. Is that going to be in the game?
Yeah, that's
that little. Is that going to be like when that like when
if they're showing that it's going to happen?
Like, yeah, I mean, that's cool. I'm sure that's going to look great. Hopefully in 4K.
But can it be 4K or is it performance 4K?
See, I don't know, dude.
That's the thing. But this is Horizon. What is it? Horizon
Forbidden
Far West.
Forbidden West.
Horizon Forbidden West. Not to be confused with my.
Well, yeah, because at the end,
my thumbnail,
then I thought that was cool too, because this is kind of like the post-apocalyptic, like, you know what I mean, like, and so I definitely like the story and stuff where they go with it too, because they show California and like a lot of it is like underwater, and then they're showing like the coastline, and it looks like she's got to go to like L.A. or like San Francisco, or you know what I mean, like different parts of like Cali. That whole thing, the Forbidden West part and stuff. It looked cool. Like, I don't know how big the first one was. Like the map. I mean,
it was big, but not. I mean, it's not as overwhelmingly big. It ain't like an Assassin's Creed big.
Was it bigger than Zelda?
The first one, no.
Okay, so Breath of the Wild had a bigger map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this one? Do you think this one will have a bigger map at that point? Like, do you think this one will be more?
Nah, I don't think so. Not when you're capping at 30 frames per second, 1080p. No.
But here's the thing. Do you think that it's going to release in that state?
They'll probably put performance mode. I mean, if you look at the history of PlayStation with Miles Morales, then they'll probably put performance mode with it. Well, they'll do the whole 4K.
But this is a game that's
30 or
this is a game that's being designed specifically for PS5.
Only PS5.
Right. So that's what I mean. So as an only PS5 game, shouldn't this be a guaranteed 4K 60?
I don't know. Because the thing is, I can't trust that information because Miles Morales is supposed to be a PS5 game. And at the very end of that whole thing, oh no, guess what? It's on PS4 as well. So this, if you're asking me, if you're telling me that this is a PS5 game and it won't play on PS4, I'd go the other way and say no, this can be played on PS4. On a Pro, this can be played.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. And but do you think
it's definitely cross-gen?
You don't think this will come out for the PS4, do you?
It can come out. I don't think it will because at this point, Sony needs something that sells their platforms and go, this is why PS5 you want it, right? But I honestly think this can be played on the Pro. There's nothing special about this that wasn't done on the
no Horizon version. Is cross-gen.
And then Money said, "I'm gonna pay $70 just to ride Robo Raptors."
Is that you said I don't, Ali? What do you mean by that? No Horizon
cross-gen. It's gonna be cross-gen. Like this is gonna be PS4.
No Horizon is cross-gen.
No, it is gonna be cross-gen, meaning it's gonna be on both PS4 and the PS5. They showed off this is PS5 version is what they're saying, but it is going to be cross-gen. But see, that's at the end of the day, they don't have PS5s out there. They need to.
But then also too. But when you're also early in a generation, this is what you have, and I mean, we've talked about this before too, even on the Xbox. When you have games that have to still develop for, and this is a first-party game, but when you have games that still have to develop for the generation before, and then you technically have to code for two systems at that point.
Correct.
And it's like, who's getting
which is why I appreciate.
So it's like when you get this game, and you better hope that it runs on a PS4 Pro or on a PS. Like you better hope that it actually runs stable and that it doesn't have issues.
Well, that's my argument. Like though, that's my argument. My argument is that what they showed here, I don't see none of this that can't run on the Pro. If this is your PS5 running on PS5, I just don't see what part of this can't run on Pro.
Yeah,
especially when you're doing 30, you're still doing 30 frames, 1080p. Pro can do that. Pro can eat that up alive and spit it out.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if that's what you're saying, this game is going to be end game, end result. It can be played on the Pro. There's nothing spectacular that goes, oh shit, I can't run as my Pro. Without sounding to fucking be a hater, making it short about bashing on this game, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because obviously the tweet that I put out earlier this week, it got some, so many feelings hurt with the whole I hate PlayStation.
Can you just explain that? Well, and real quick before you get into that, can you just quickly explain the whole thing with the fat? Can we clear up the fat shaming thing real quick? Because I just want to.
Oh yeah.
Well, what was it? Because I don't remember exactly what the demo. Like, what exactly was it? I mean, it was a meme that somebody posted up. That's it. Was it because of a texture pop in that she had a full face?
Right in the beginning of right here, you see it where she has a chubby face right in the beginning. Let me rewind. I'll rewind it so you can see what the whole big fuss
where does the meme? Yeah, where does the meme come from? And then can we also be like, listen, at the end of the day too, like, I mean, I don't have to speak for Kills, but I'm going to. We respect women. We weren't fat shaming. He wasn't fat shaming.
Nobody was fat shaming. I mean, it's a freaking video game. Give me a break. I'm the big guy right here.
So right here.
Right there. That's where it was like, whoa, what's going on with her face? Like it's just chipmunk. Like she's hiding shit for the winter. That's the weird shit right there. It's like, why did they pick that art style? And this is in the cinematic part of it, not even the
right. That was your CGI. That was your CGI. That was your cutscene, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was your cutscene.
So what I basically tweeted out was, and I'll read it. I said, celebrating Xbox Series X. Is this it? No, this is not it. I'm sorry. Hold on. I tweet so fucking much that I forget which one it was that I tweeted. Let's see here. Here we go.
Found it?
I found it. So I tweeted, done with work and off till next week, Wednesday. Woohoo, I'm off. Let's get some gaming in, baby. And I put also Far Cry, Dying Light 2. And this is the part that triggered the quote unquote neutral. And that
it triggered a few people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the neutral. It triggered neutrals and leans on the PlayStation side, which I take the lean on the PlayStation side because that's who you game on.
Yeah.
I put, and that redhead, chubby looking chick will be part of the discussion for this week's Sunday show. Somebody, I guess, took that. Like a couple of people did different things there, but Shadow tweeted and was like, "Oh, stop fat shaming. We live in 2021. Fat shaming. First of all, get out your feelings. It's a goddamn video game. Ain't nobody fat shaming anybody. If you haven't seen me, I weigh 375 fucking pounds. Ain't nobody fat shaming anybody. Go close,
kettle,
close your fucking door in your closet and hide in that shit. Because if you're worried about a video game and memes coming out with cheeks being chubby, and that's your fucking issue in life, please reevaluate that and get back to actual fucking gaming. She's bloated, for God's sakes. They put her bloated. This has nothing to do with how she looks in 2021 in the real world. This is fucking video games.
That's character design, and for whatever reason,
character design. There's nobody in this world that looks.
When somebody watched this, they were like, "Oh yeah, like no, this is good." So if it was acceptable to them, like they made this, they said this is what we're going to show, and then they watched it before they showed it to millions of people.
This was been showed and played over and over again. I'm sure they said, "Fuck it,"
before they released it. Right. That's how many times do you think they watched it before they released it and passed over, and who watched it?
A whole lot of time. The thing is that, again, this is a character design. This is a video game. This person, this thing that's animated does not exist in the real world.
Yeah, animated,
skinny, fat, hair red. There's nobody walking around with this kind of hairdo with fucking a bow and arrow, walking around, jumping around with a bow and arrow. I hope not. I mean,
feathers in the hair, like
feathers in the hair, like if you stop with the fashion. That was one thing. The other thing was I was accused of being a PlayStation hater by a neutral. It's like, okay, I get it. I get that you saw this tweet and you felt personally attacked. I understand that. Here's the thing. And Logic, I appreciate you coming out and replying to these tweets. You've known me. It wasn't about defending me. It wasn't about that.
It literally wasn't. It was just I'd known you for too long to have somebody, be like, and then if anybody just listened even to the couple of episodes we did before, like if that was your first interaction, if like that was their first view of who you are, it's like, yeah, you might be like, oh yeah, they're hating on Sony, but like we've already talked about it on this podcast of your love for the PlayStation going back.
I there's no secret that I lean on Xbox. Everybody knows that I'm big on Xbox. I will always fucking wear the pom-pom for that shit. That's just me. I'm a fan of the Xbox, but I'm also a gamer too. I will play PlayStation. I have played PlayStation. I don't pretend to say that shit is garbage. I want to play it again. But I also am a person with a wallet that has money in it that works for that money really hard. No,
you're a consumer.
I'm a consumer. At the end of the day, when a neutral is saying it's both the same system, that's the part that throws me the fuck off. They're not both the same system. Stop making a parody. They're not. That's been completely blown and out of the water. That theory does not exist. There's not equally the same. First and foremost, there's no expandable memory. That blows that theory out the water. Second of all, the Xbox is cross-playing. Cross-playing. They're not preventing people from cross-playing. They're not charging other developers like Borderlands to go ahead and put cross-play enabled. They're not doing that.
There's no toll. There's no toll you have to pay. There's no toll you have to pay to a developer. Not you, the consumer, but Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't go to anyone and be like, "Hey, you got to pay us X amount of hundreds of thousands of dollars in order for us to enable the cross-play, so you could go and play with PC people." And vice versa. Nintendo doesn't do that. And they got aired out, and we were talking about this before the podcast went live. But the only reason why people know about this too, nobody would have known about this in the first place. The only reason why you know about this is because of a beef that Apple has with Epic right now over publishing and over games coming out on Apple's platform, on the iPhones and iOS devices and stuff like that. Because Microsoft's dirty laundry got aired out, Nintendo's dirty laundry got aired out, and Sony's dirty laundry got aired. Everybody got aired the fuck out. But guess what? You know whose shit really stinks? It's Sony's. Because all Microsoft said was, yo, we don't make money over our consoles, and everybody else is going bullshit. And you're like, yo, here's the paperwork. Microsoft's like, here, we don't make money. Sony's like, yo, we're charging developers to enable crossplay. Mm-hmm. We're literally collecting a tax.
Why?
It's and this was after, to your point, when all three of them came up on stage, fucking kumbaya, and was like, "Yo, crossplay for everyone" back in 2017.
Whatever. It was one of Jeff Keighley's award show where he literally had all three of them, all the executives, all the heads of their respective
didn't they all hold hands? Didn't they all put their hands
held hands in the air? I mean, in the air, was like, image of that shit. But
gaming, and then Sony right here.
This is your crossplay. Sony saying this is your crossplay. So you put a paywall on gamers. I can't play. And listen, we were talking about this off air. The thing with crossplay is very important to me and you because for a period there, you went off to a couple of you guys went off to PC. I went off to PlayStation. I went off to PlayStation.
Our core group, we were on Xbox for years. We some of us decided like, yo, let's do some PC shit. And some of us could at that time also just couldn't do it or didn't want to do it or whatever the situation was. We couldn't all make the transition. Not all of us made that transition right away. Right. So our core group, we kind of it kind of split up in that way.
Well, here's the thing. When that happened, they broke the core group just split that way. I ended up saying, all right, it's time to try something else. I was a PlayStation fan since SOCOM days. Yeah. I went back to it on PlayStation 4. Went back to PlayStation 4. Started playing my very first Call of Duty that's not on Xbox, which was Infinite Warfare. And then Reckless, who was also an Xbox guy, literally came over to PlayStation because, again, we talked about this off air. It's where my party's at.
Yeah.
If you guys are there, I'm there with you. I mean, I like the system, whatever, but if you're there, I'm having fun. That's it. At the end of the day, that's what it's about, gaming. But like to say that I hate PlayStation, you clearly are looking at a headline. You're clearly looking at one little thing about making fun of the character, not the game, the character.
Yeah.
I didn't make fun of the game. I made fun of the look of the character. People took offense to that. That's what took offense to. And I love that when you one of your replies was, and this is what you put. Some of the stuff that's lacking on the PlayStation side, right? Chat, listen to this. Releasing first-party titles in a poor state, right? They're broken, right? We have Returnal that doors was not opening up. In a game like that, where you have to progress and doors not open, you got to reset the fucking game.
And charging $70, and then to add to that, charging $70 for that.
Charging $70.
But okay.
Here's another one, and we'll give them that one because $70 is just it's all suggestive. That's all I can put a value on my only I can say what's my value. I would pay $70 for that. So we'll give them that. Expandable storage not being ready to go at launch. This shit came out in November, and we're still talking about, bro, can you expand your memory? It's not even a tera. It's 665, I believe, that came with that system. Solid state drive. And you had Mark trying to go out there and brag about this thing, but you can't expand it. Why? Because the system overheats. And like you stated last podcast, the M.2 gets a little hot. And if you add that to that system right now, guess what's going to happen? The console's going to overheat and go bad, right? Which is happening regardless. The other one, lack of transparency with consumers on a roadmap. You don't know what the fuck is coming out for this PlayStation. You know there's 25 games in the pipeline. You just don't know which 25 games.
You don't know what the fuck they are, when they're coming, when you're hearing about it. When you it's like, oh, we're doing a state of play for this one game, so we can let you know. Okay, what about the other 24?
What's the other thing you got? I mean, you showed it off this
you're not
one
going,
game.
And you're not going to E3. What? Because slap in the face? Because you don't want to waste your time? No, because you're not. And this is just an assumption, but you're not ready because you don't have the presentation.
You don't have nothing. There's nothing to show.
Even if you wanted to just be like, no, we're different. We're going to do our own thing or whatever. We don't want to waste the money. Right. And Nintendo did that flawlessly, too, with Nintendo Directs.
They do that. They do that 15-minute Directs, and they show
and that's it. You get your Pokemon. You get your, whatever your update was for Smash Brothers and everything like that, new characters and all of that shit. And see ya until the next Direct. But you don't hear two fucking words from Sony.
Like they a state of play that lasted 20 minutes. 12 of that was this game right here. Yep. You don't know when God of War is going to come out. We all know it's not this year. If you think it's this year, you're crazy. But God of War is not coming out. What do you have this year? Like it's funny how they always say, "Oh, there's nothing on Xbox side," but at least there's a roadmap. We know what's being worked on. We know exactly what's being worked on, right? And because it's the next generation, because everybody who picks up a next generation system, no matter what the features on it that makes it different, you're still going to be playing older games because when it's in its infancy stages, the tools not being able to be worked on just yet, developers, and then on top of that, the pandemic is added to it. You're going to be playing old games, but Xbox decided to make those old games even better by giving it a facelift with the FPS boost and all that stuff, right? So that happened. But here you are saying, there's no games on Xbox, but yet we have full-on roadmap in front of us. You guys have 25 games working on the pipeline. Which one? We don't know. Then you have a trailer that comes out this week. with the state of play with no drop date whatsoever. Why? Because it might not even come out this year, right? But let's keep cheating for this shit right here. The next thing you put is charging developers to enable crossplay, which we covered. Crossplay, if you guys don't know, I believe it was what's his name, the guy from 2K Borderlands. He came out and said, "Hey, if you guys are asking why Borderlands have crossplay on PlayStation, it's because," and then he actually put images of the conversations that was going to have the documents that were at the court for what's going on. He put those up. They're literally charging hundreds and thousands of dollars just to get crossplay enabled.
Yep.
Fuck, they put a paywall between me and you. They put a paywall between that. So we can't even play with each other unless we pick up one of the other systems. Crazy fucking thing, right? In 2021. The last thing you put here, which I've been seeing this for quite some time, gimmicky DualSense controller with poor battery life. Is that not the truth? Is it not a gimmick? Is that controller not a gimmicky controller? You telling me that playing Call of Duty, Battlefield 6, or whatever other first-person shooter you're playing, that you're gonna keep the haptic fucking feedback on so you can feel like you're shooting a real gun? Is that what you're gonna do?
And then you're gonna bitch when you got a less than 1 KD and then be like, yo, why can't I shoot straight? And then not realize that your thumb is drifting off of the analog stick.
Let's be real here.
Your controller can't stop.
Let's be real here. We've those who play Call of Duty, Battlefield, any first-person shooter game, you will fucking throw your controller on the ground every time you die because you're, what the fuck? You're like, what am I doing wrong? You know what you're doing wrong? Your controller is shaking in your fucking hands on a first-person shooter. Stop it. Turn it off. If the haptic, look, and I'll blow this up real quick. If the haptic feedback was such an important feature, next gen shit, then why did they put an on and off button on it? Why did they put an on and off button on something that's so far? Oh my god, it's the next gen shit. I can feel raindrops on my hand. Look, listen, I drink water and I can spill that shit on my hands. I'll feel the raindrops somehow. I don't need to feel that shit on my fucking controller. I don't. The other thing was blowing on it. Logic, are you gonna blow on your controller? You know,
when was the last? What did I have? Sega Dreamcast that I with the fucking what was it? What fucking game was it where I had to talk to the fish?
Fucking Echo. Was it Echo?
It was Echo the dolphin, but was it Echo the dolphin? No, but there was the one where there was the fish that had like the real human face. Remember that?
Yeah. It was like an orange fish, but the face was
human. And then I think I had to talk to it or something through the fucking connected.
Through the connect.
That was the last time I fucking talked to a controller.
Seaman. He-Bot, my man, coming through. I love this man right here.
Thank you, He-Bot. Right there. That's the last time I talked to my fucking controller.
Yeah, that's it right there. It's ridiculous that it's like we're gonna blow the controller out. Like that's the thing. We're gonna blow.
That was 2000. That was 2000.
Could you imagine?
That was 2000.
Logic, he's up left. He's in the tower. Hold on. Oh, what the fuck? Like, ain't nobody. Anyways, that's it. And then the battery life on it has been proven 400 plus hours. The shit dies. And we still on 2021 talking about, oh my god, you want to put batteries in controller? You're so far behind. It's like, what? Far behind? It's choices. It's options.
Yeah.
You know, there's some rechargeable batteries, right? I can literally just charge it and just flip it.
I don't have to go and buy a plug and play, but guess what? I've been also conditioned as a consumer to know that plug and plays are good investments.
Plug and play are good investments. Oh my god, fucking money saying Nemo. He's stupid. Ari, what up, baby? Now I know who Ari is. This is one of my coworkers at work. So last week I didn't know who it was. I thought it was my niece, but it's one of my coworkers. Good to see you in the chat, sir. But we spend way too much time on this shit here. Let's go.
You want to put the bow on it, or that's
it. We're done. That's the bow on that shit. I'm tired of talking PlayStation on my Xbox show. I'm done with it.
It's like I ended that little rant that I had on your fucking Twitter reply. Basically, I hope for the sake of Sony and for the sake of Sony consumers that it gets better. That's it. I hope it gets better because I'm not going to sit here and be like, haha. I'm not like that. I'm not fucking vindictive. We're not sitting here.
I'm not a haha person. We're not sitting here hoping that the PlayStation goes shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not a haha person. I want it to get better.
I demand better, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation. When my money goes there, I demand better. Right now, PlayStation is not better. It's just not. You're waiting for more memory. You have a controller that can die any day now. The shit's still. Your what's that thing called? Suspend play, whatever they call that shit. That's still breaking the sleep mode. That's still crashing their computer, their PlayStation. That's still crashing it. Look, just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean the two guys that I know in my life, my two friends, that this shit isn't crashing either. Like, come on, just because it's different, but it's crashing. But whatever. Let's move on. The next thing that they showed, oh my god, Farcry. They showed off. Oh my god,
I'm happy for that. I'm really hyped for this.
Chat, I want you guys to tell me if you guys saw Far Cry 6, this trailer was it was a Far Cry trailer. It's Far Cry using the Cry engine. It is expected to be what is expected, but I'm loving the Just Cause vibes on it. I'm loving the customization.
You know what's funny? We were talking about it. We were talking about this before, we were talking a little bit about Far Cry. Obviously, we were saving it for this. That's the game that this kind of gave me the vibe of. Like, it definitely gave me that Just Cause kind of thing, and I'm all for it because in a Far Cry setting, but having that whole let me throw over the dictator and shit like that,
Esposito, man. Esposito.
Let me rebel and all of that. Look,
you got this dude right here looking and
I haven't played a Far Cry in years, but this one has me hype. I'm not gonna lie.
I played the last couple of ones.
I think Primal was the last one that I messed around with a little bit.
Oh no,
Primal was the last one I messed around with. But realistically, I would definitely fuck with this.
I play Far Cry. I buy and play Far Cry games for what it is. It's over the top, gimmicky, doesn't take itself serious type shit. The last one kind of almost took itself serious. I'm like, with the whole cult thing, I'm like, okay, I get it.
But this is dope. Yeah,
I'm interested in the whole Cuba setting, the sunlight, this right here, the whole cityscape. You're going Esposito to play the main villain in the game. Yep. The way the guns are customized, man. They with the Macarena gun, that shit threw me off. I was like, whoa. That's it. Pre-order. I don't pre-order shit nowadays because I wait for the whole Microsoft rewards to come out with what they're gonna come out with. They already come out with 6,000 points to buy the game, so I wait till that shit happens. But this is definitely gonna be something I pick up and play. Looks like the hero of the game protagonist is a female. I love that backpack right there. Like they have, I think they're gonna focus in on backpacks. There's like a rocket launcher one. Fire, what do you call that?
That would be cool. Ones that you think you could just switch off, but you think it'll be a thing like that where you could just switch off whatever mission you're gonna do and just change it out. Okay. Mm-hmm. Or you think quick, or you think hot swap maybe, you just hot swap to it whenever you want.
I'm hoping hot swap because it's pretty cool. The whole aspect of what.
Well, that mortar shit was dope.
The explosion. Fuck yeah! It's pretty cool. I believe I forgot. I think they said October is the release date on this. It's gonna come up here in a second.
That's dope.
The rest mode DeliverX is rest mode on PlayStation is literally it suspends your game. It's what Xbox has where it's quick resume where you just turn off your Xbox, come back, and it just puts you right there. But with them, it's just the one game that does it called rest mode. You rest the game, put it on a suspend mode, and you turn it on, it comes right back to it. But that's been an reported issue with that system where it literally breaks the system, and you can't turn it back on. That's what that is. But going back to this, Far Cry 6. Anybody in chat, are you guys getting this at all, or this is I'll wait and see?
I think a lot of the people here look kind of hyped for it. Elite, he definitely looked at it. Potion, yeah, man.
Okay, Money said you could be a male or female. Obviously, they showed the female side of it because they want to show that females are in the game.
Well, in the trailer was that because remember the first trailer that came out for it and made him or her, because I don't know if that was a son or daughter from the original trailer with the grenade. That was the trailer that remember the
original. Oh, the kid and the CG
because that's technically that's who the main protagonist is. I guess it would be right because isn't it the daughter?
I'm thinking that the kid it was his kid he raised and then
because there it is. But yeah, one of the scenes because you could select whether it be I guess a boy or a girl. I guess because it was like that. Yeah.
And I think it's a revenge thing. I'm going back at my dad because
Can you be woke though? That's funny. Look at DeliverX.
Can you be woke? DeliverX. But yeah, this game right here definitely I was expecting. I was looking at it. I'm like, I can't wait. Actually, me and your brother talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Man, they haven't shown up anything Far Cry. I wonder if it's coming this year or they can delay. And normally when they don't talk about it, it's a delay that's imminent. But I'm glad that they said no fucking delays. We're going to show you the game, and this is the game at all its glory. It is what you expect from a Far Cry, but it looks like they're adding game mechanics to it that has not been introduced to Far Cry world in the past. The backpack with the rocket launcher is one of them. I know that the guns, the way the guns operate in this game are again the Macarena gun is hilarious. That he dubstep the hell out of that shit. Hey, Maka, and then he shot it. What the fuck? I just watch. That's pretty cool. Makeshift guns, pretty cool, especially in that era with the whole when you have factions going against dictatorship and they don't have resources to any of this shit. You got to make shift with.
You got to kind of make whatever you got. Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what this game is highlighting. And I love, man. Look at the setting. The setting is It's an amazing view. It's beautiful, and it's 4K 60. Check that shit out. It's 4K 60. Nope. Check that. Wow, that's
a third party developer.
Third party developer taking advantage of 4K 60. How can they fucking do it? I don't know. It's magic. But 2021 4K 60. This game is gonna be fire.
What's up, Goddess?
What's that? Oh, look, it's Goddess. What up, Goddess? How you doing today? Can't wait. Let me see here. Can't wait to see how me neither, Elite. I cannot wait to see how gun building in this game works, because at the end of this trailer here, you're going to see some of the shit that happens. But it's just, I mean, you got your normal guns, but like your AKs and everything. But just to see that you can actually customize a gun, like with whatever the fuck you got in the world, that's pretty awesome. Like right here, see, like you have an LMG that's made out of fucking car parts. That's going to be the AK, but. Shortly here, they'll show the Macarena gun. Look at the dog. The dog is cute, right? I think they've had a dog before in the past Farcry, but it's just cute to add that companion to the game. Look at this. That man made a flamethrower with a carburetor, carburetor. That's freaking amazing. But it looks like they're focusing on that whole Borderlands kind of, we make whatever the fuck we can up. Horse riding's in this shit. It's just crazy. Tanks. So over the top. I'm gonna enjoy this. I like it. It's definitely a day one for me. I'll be playing this game, and it is coming in October, which is pretty fucking neat. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all I got for that. Let me see what I got here. The next thing we're gonna talk about, if we have nothing else on that one, this game here, we've been talking about for quite some time. Let me get it up on the screen here. I'm glad they came out and said, "Hey, we are alive. We're not dead. We're alive here." Let me put that in the stream. And there we go. It should be blowing up here shortly. Give me a second. Technical difficulties. There we go. And I can share it again. Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 from Techland. This shit has gone through the only journey it can possibly take. From writers leaving the company.
E3 2019 gameplay demo.
This is 2019 when they last showed it off, and I'm going, I remember that. I was expecting this, and now in 2021, they finally came out and showed you something new. It's pretty awesome because, again, if you know what's going on with Techland, if you've been in the loop, these people have been gone through so much shit. Writers has been quitting, getting fired. Game directors been gone. The changing in the team, all that has been happening with this team to the point where everybody was questioning, is this game even going to be made anymore? To the point where the rumors saying Xbox is going to buy this team. Like, there was a lot going on there, and them coming out and doing this is awesome because I know it's in a good place. Just by showing us what they showed off, looks like a complete game, and it doesn't come out till December anyways. So there's a lot from here to there to be worked on.
Yeah.
But if you guys played the first Dying Light, you know exactly what this game is about: parkour zombies. And when that sun fucking comes down, you're in a whole different fucking world. Like, and it looks like they doubled down on that part right there. The nighttime zombies, like they have like elite zombies on that. If you play Left 4 Dead, they have shit like that in this game where at night you're gonna have these boss fucking zombies coming out, and it's just crazy. But the parkouring is
that was one of my favorite parts about the first Dying Light, was just the parkour, because it definitely gave me, it's like what I wanted Mirror's Edge to be. Because I mean, a lot of people, like, I loved Mirror's Edge, but I just in a little combat and stuff. But it was more of like a cinematic experience. Whereas this is like, this is like full on gameplay. Like the parkour, you need to know how to do that shit. But then you got to full on, you're fighting zombies and shit. Like, it's done really well. It was done really well in Dying Light 1. So I can only imagine, like,
and that's and they're fleshing that part out. I can only hope that on Dying Light 2 the world's a little bigger, because the Dying Light 1 world was small. It was small.
No, definitely right. You would want a bigger world to be able to navigate and do all of that parkour shit, basically.
Especially parkour. Yeah. So I'm hyped for this game. It looks beautiful. Techland has proven to me with the first Dying Light that they can do these type of games.
Yeah, man.
It looks like they're doubling down, bringing it back. You can even build like what they're showing here is that you can build like your own hub within the world and build on that hub and
What was the first game because Techland did the zombie game too on the beach? What was that one?
Dead Island.
Okay. That song was one of the first songs that I actually purchased, like, on iTunes. Like, for like, there are gaming songs like the piano song and shit like that. Yeah. I own that song on my fucking iTunes because that's where I go. Every time I hear Techland, I hear that song playing in the back of my head because I loved that fucking trailer. Like Techland, for me personally, they're no joke, dude. Like, they're
Techland knows they know
what they're doing.
They know how to fucking make games.
So like, I'm definitely to your point. I'm definitely excited that they put this out too. Like to see that they're in a better state now with all the changes that they've had in the company.
It's just weird to me that they picked a December month to launch this.
And so wait, you know what? At the end of the day, if it is December, great, because you know why? It's fucking away from everything else, dude. Because you can only imagine what's coming down the fucking.
And you know that's
Battlefield,
what it was.
Call of Duty, Halo. Like, just keep it fucking right. They're like,
that's
we
what it was,
nothing to do with any of you.
Yeah, they don't want to be involved now. Yeah, I get it.
They don't want it.
And
if
that's good.
And guess what? And if it gets pushed past the holiday, okay, it gets pushed past the holiday. I'm sorry. I mean, would I like that? No. I want to play it, but I'm okay with it even getting put. Especially if they say like, hey, we got to work on a couple of things. I'm never gonna be mad at a company coming out and being like, yo, we still got to work on some shit. We got to push this back a couple of more weeks. Cool, do it.
Yeah, and at least saying in the chat, it's true. It was a great idea for them to get away from the big releases, the big AAA releases. You want this game to have its own focus, its own its own time in the spotlight, for lack of better terms. But I agree with the lead on that. He also wrote that a Dying Light 1, they did add FPS boost to that. So if you have that copy of Dying Light 1 or are planning to play just to get back into the whole what's Dying Light about, or you've never played it before, it does not have FPS boost on the Xbox Series X and the S. It has the boost where you can go ahead and actually play the game in 60 frames per second. Amazing that we played that game in 30 frames per second. It was beautiful then. But now you play this shit.
Game Pass?
No, not Game Pass. But it is. I believe it's dirt cheap right now. It's like $30, $20, something like that. I have to double look at Remember Kills when the B Squad. Hold on. I gotta put that up there. What he wrote? No, not that one. Hold on. I got the wrong one up there. Where's the money? Remember Kills when the B Squad was left with the leftovers. Yes, I remember that, man. It was.
What's the leftovers?
This game was so popular with all of us as a core group. Then it was one of those things where I think this is towards the time when you guys decided to move on over to PC.
Yes, was it around that 2014?
It was around that mark, yeah. So like when you guys started doing that, we money reckless. We got left with the leftover. Like we started games with you guys, and we had a whole plan going. And you guys went to PC. It was like fuck. Let's figure this shit out ourselves. So we had to do YouTube on it. We had to figure out how to go different places. So that's what he meant by the leftovers. Fucking hilarious. Money never forgets, man. Money never forgets.
Listen, I'm B Squad now too, so don't worry about
B Squad? Well, if B Squad means you're playing a next gen console, and I'm the.
I know. If B Squad means I'm playing on a console that's this fucking big. That's right, this fucking big. Pause. And is as fucking powerful as it is, and I'm fucking playing games like MLB The Show and Destiny 2, and I don't notice I don't notice a huge difference when I'm playing and I'm going off on a little tangent, but Destiny 2 on PC and on Xbox, for me personally, are very similar experiences. The only real big difference, obviously, is uncapped frames on
uncapped frames.
And a little bit better graphic fidelity and stuff. But as far as just gameplay loading speeds and things like that, it's handling beautifully on the Xbox. I just got to say it. Sorry.
100, what's up? You guys don't know 100? Please follow him. That man got a channel of his own that he streams. I've been dying to get on his fucking show, but this dude always keeps me away from his show, doesn't want me on it. He says I speak too much fucking real shit and truth, and it's like, no, that's you. And we stay each other in the DMs and everything, and trying to get on his show, man. But hopefully one day I get on this show and we can talk the shit, because that man has a good show when you talking shit. If you didn't watch the show, the last episode was fucking amazing. He has some guests on there that were amazing. And the conversation came from a perspective of gaming. It was pretty good. I love it. If you guys haven't checked it out, 100 Intro Media Gaming, he's there. But I want to say this, man. Like you said, the Xbox, yes, it is held back with the frame rate capture, this and that, the S. But it's a machine that does 1440 with no problem. It's a machine that does 60 frames with no problems.
Yeah.
And every now and again, you'll get that 4K. But that machine, you know what that machine's capable of. You know what it's meant for.
But also for $300.
But $300, man?
Understand that price point, and then also understand, and I think we've gone too long without mentioning it. Well, I mean, I know I mentioned it a couple of minutes ago, but Game Pass.
Game Pass. How did we go so long without mentioning Game Pass?
Well, I just did a couple of minutes ago, but I'm going to do it again. Game Pass.
Game Pass. You know? Am I picking up Ratchet and Clank Rift? I don't have a PS5. I plan on getting a PS5 and all this shit is worked out and the refresh comes out, because they are working on a smaller chip. So there's going to be a refresh model coming out anyway. So I'll wait on that. I'm not too quick to pull the trigger on a PS5, goddess. I apologize, but I just can't be that guy that buys a PlayStation 5 for the hype. I just can't. The games look beautiful, but then again, they're PlayStation games. They're always going to look beautiful. That's what they do. They work their magic on these things, especially Insomniac. They're great developers over there. They're fucking amazing. I think that's the best developer, hands down, right now making games. Insomniac is one of the top quality developers out there. It's a shame that they can only develop for one studio. I would love to see what they do with other stuff, because I mean, you saw what they did with fucking what's that? Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
like you saw what they did with that, and that shit was gorgeous, beautiful game. And it's a shame that we won't get to experience that again, because now they're in that ecosystem of just PlayStation. They got to make PlayStation games, but everybody makes their bed. But Ratchet and Clank looks gorgeous, looks beautiful, but again, doesn't look like it's doing something that's wow to me. It doesn't scream. Because here's the thing, I know next gen won't be next gen until about 2 or 3 years from now. That's when you start seeing next gen be next gen, when the separation starts happening, right? I get that. But when you promoting a game like Ratchet and Clank to take advantage of SSD and the portal holes and the world opening up and everything else, that has happened in the past before. That's nothing new. I mean, it's wow. It's a really wow. That's awesome. But I'm a gamer I've been gaming since the 80s, man. It's not nothing new. I've seen how they do smoke and mirrors kind of stuff to sell something. The game is going to be bought. The game is going to be played by me. Just not right now. It's not a system seller. It's just not a system seller. I usually wait on the PS5, on the PlayStation side of things. I usually wait a few titles to come out, because
I think I'm with Elite.
I'm gonna get a PS5 when I can walk into Best Buy. I get it, yeah. Same thing, Elite.
That sounds about right.
I'm gonna pick up a PlayStation. I am when it is available in stores, but that
like readily available, not like I gotta fucking order it and wait. Like I know when one morning I decide like, okay, I want to play that game, I'm gonna go get up and I'm gonna go and get it.
Right. I'm contrary to the popular belief, I'm not a gamer that will buy a PlayStation because exclusive, because we don't all play all exclusives. That to me is a narrative that's hilarious. Like, oh, the exclusive, but you don't play all of them. Some people, I know people in my life that buy a PlayStation, logic, just for MLB. MLB.
This conversation, it still would have been going on, but realistically speaking, like MLB, like if it wasn't available on the Xbox, there's a good chance I would have held out and tried to get a PlayStation, at least a digital version. But the fact that I could get it on this, because that for me, like, and whatever I did and how I had to flip my card, I was short on cash, I was doing some shit, but I was going to have some money left over, and I was like, yo, I need to get a system. Yes, but I would get the X, like just the S, because of just the amount of gaming I've been able to do and kind of just keep up, play with my boys still, and play the games that I enjoy still, like play games like Destiny and stuff like that, play Apex and have like a good time, like actually have fun and actually like win games and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, it's good. But
at the end of the day, we'll end up getting a PlayStation when the time is right. We'll end up playing these games like Ratchet and Clank. I'm not gonna pick up no Astrobot. I won't be picking up shit like that. But like God of War, that's a system seller to me. MLB The Show, system seller. Horizon, for me, my opinion, not a system seller. Ratchet and Clank, not a system seller. They're beautiful games. I'm not taking away from that. So for those who put their emotions in oh my God, he said something bad about an exclusive. Stop it. Yes, I have an opinion about a game. I didn't say it was bad. Just I won't go out and buy a PlayStation because it's Ratchet and Clank or because it's Horizon. Give me a God of War. Fuck, give me a SOCOM. I will beat that horse that is dead. It's probably already dead and I broke it up and beat it again. Give me a SOCOM. Give me a multiplayer game. Go back to those fucking rules. Give me a multiplayer game where I can sit there and go, fuck yeah, and bring me back to that world. But I just can't, in my world, the way and it's not about being broke. I hate that fucking narrative. It's not about not having money. It's about being a smart consumer. I'm not going to sit here and pay $70 for a Ratchet and Clank for a one and done game. I'm just not. There's no replay valuable to it. Like, there's no replay to it. Like, if you're telling me, well, everybody else does it, look at 2K, look at fucking Call of Duty. Yes, they do it, but guess why they do it? They have content. A game like Call of Duty can get away with that shit.
When did 2K come out this year? Like, was it pushed? Because it wasn't technically. Okay, it came in October. How long? It just got put on Game Pass a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
So why so it's like I understand that we're in the playoffs now, you know what I mean? But it's like if I just wait a couple of months too, I know I wanted to play it and stuff like that. Like if there's a game that you truly want to get and you're really excited about it, buy the game.
Buy the fucking game.
Buy the game, whatever like that. But if you know that too, it's like it's just not in your interest to do it too right away because it's like it's just not in your means. You got the back catalog, you got a lot of games playing, and not everybody's just got the $60-$70 to just fucking throw out there like that. Let me wait until I catch it on sale.
You want to talk about shaming? You want to talk about shaming? That right there, shaming. When you literally go out your way and say, "Oh, you just broke and you can't afford." No, it's not. Broke or not. Tell me. let's go that route. I'm broke, which was justify why I wouldn't be paying for a single Ratchet and Clank game or a game that's just single player, and I'm done with it once I'm done with it. What else can I do with it? Yeah. Like at least with a Call of Duty, which I fucking hate that franchise now, but at least that's hard to say. Wow. At least with a Call of Duty franchise, a Battlefield franchise, those kind of franchises where they're going to give you single player, multiplayer. Yeah. If you're talking about Call of Duty, you get zombies. You get that. You get kind of, and you get free content.
And you get the connectivity with your friends. Right. You get to play online with your friends.
You get to play online, which is always a different experience every time you play. It's a different experience because it's online play. For all that for $70, plus you get free content, at least with Call of Duty. They got the free updates and the free this and the free that. With the Battle Pass system, I will go for that $70 any day of the week. Basketball, NBA, the 2K, same thing. There's content involved in that. But when you talk about a game that I'm going to play for maybe 10 or less hours and I'm done with it, I don't see nobody talking about Miles Morales anymore. I don't see nobody talking about Returnal anymore. Not that I care if they talk about it or not, but I don't see people actually playing it no more. And if you go on the list of the games being played on any console, third-party games is where it's at. Yeah. And I've tweeted this before. PlayStation needs exclusives. Xbox doesn't.
Yeah.
Xbox has proven for 20 years they can survive without exclusives. They're now coming with exclusive now with the roadmap they showed us. Just imagine what's to come. Goddess, see, J-Dub struck a nerve with me one day with Game Pass, and he says it's not worth it because you're not owning the game. Oh, this thing about renting the game.
That's another.
Stop pretending we didn't go to fucking, what is it, Redbox at one point or Blockbuster. Like you didn't rent it. And what's wrong with trying out a game and then buying it?
For a large part of my childhood was reserved around my aunt picking me up for the weekend, going over her house to hang out. We'd go to catch a Yankee game, or we'd go if I had baseball, if I had basketball or something like that, but go to hang out at her house, and my N64 is there. So it's we go to Casio that Friday night. We get something to eat. We're going to go get some Chinese, go out for pizza. Mm-hmm. And I go to the video rental store, which was Casio Video on fucking 18th Avenue. And I go and rent my video game because it wasn't just I want to go get a video game. Oh, let's go to Toys R Us or let's go wherever and buy the fucking video game. No, I was going to go rent the video game, Blockbuster, in high school. How many times I was in the fucking Blockbuster? I used to have my aunt drive me in Fairfield, fucking Connecticut, and get driven to the Blockbuster so I could go and rent. And then that's when they had the deals at Blockbuster, when you could rent two games and get
Wednesday,
one free.
Wednesday for $1
whatever it was, or you get $1 and then you rent the fucking games. That was me. And then on my birthday or on Christmas, I got 2 games or 3 games that I said, here's my list. Let me get those. And then I own those games. Or my Halo, when Halo came out, I need that game. I was I need it. And I was there fucking midnight launch for Halo 2. You know what I mean? I had school the next day. Doesn't matter. I was able to fucking pop that shit in. I saw the screen. Great. Played the first level. Boom. I was in bed. But you know what? It's but I was that person. So that's how I grew up, because I didn't. It's I grew up well. My parents and everybody in my family, they took care of me. But we didn't have the money to just be if I said, yo, I want a game, and they'd be here. It's no, you got to wait a little bit. Wait, birthday, Christmas, things. Right. That's just what it is. It's what it. So it's but Game Pass, fuck that. It's $15 a month, or 15 a month. Get the rewards. Sometimes you're getting it for free. I got lucked out. I bought this console. I had the month. I was able to switch over for the $1. I paid the $1. I got the month. Then my brother was yo, here's a month, and he sent me the month. Mm-hmm. So I'm good until August, and that's great for me because I don't really have the means to just be out here just paying the 15. But that's how I'm getting my gaming in right now. I didn't have, besides me just buying the fucking Xbox, I didn't have to pay $1 more. I got hundreds of games.
So am I to stop thinking that these people that say renting games is bad and don't gotta say they don't support developers? Am I to think and assume that you never bought a game at GameStop?
Yeah.
That you never bought a game at GameStop and went back and traded in for pennies of the dollar? Am I to assume you never did that?
You beat it in a week and you return it back and you get the $35 and you hope that it gets.
Am I assuming you never subscribed to GameFly? How about GameFly? Am I assuming you never subscribed to GameFly? Remember that service?
Yeah.
Redbox?
I was GameFly. I did GameFly. I was one of the first. I remember telling my aunt about that because that's when Blockbuster was dying out. And then I had to tell my aunt GameFly, they just mail you the games. Okay, yeah, here you go. Boom, GameFly. So that's it. And then I held the games. And then some games, it's they let you, if you wanted to keep it, you had to pay the premium on it, whatever like that. But then you could just pay it up, be yo, don't return it, whatever, you keep it. But that was me too. It's yo, that's how I played my fucking
You want to talk about developing the developers. You want to talk about supporting and this is another stupid thing.
That was
you want to talk supporting. You want to talk about supporting the devs. Buy their DLCs, buy their season pass, buy their battle pass, buy the extra shit that comes out after launch. Because that truly
are how you actually.
That doesn't go to the publisher's pocket, or not the publisher. That doesn't go to the console's pocket. That doesn't go to GameStop's pocket. That doesn't go nowhere but the developer's pocket, and that's what that gets them pure revenue. You want to talk about supporting the devs? If you're looking at where the money is going, hardware sales is not it anymore. It hasn't been for years. They sell at a loss every fucking console. You know where the money's at? Memberships and software. That's where the money's at. So a subscription-based model like fucking Game Pass, where the developers are getting upfront deals, they're not being shaded on this shit. Upfront deals of how they want to.
Imagine talking for a company. To your point, imagine talking for a company. It's like, oh, they're not getting paid. How the fuck do you know? Are you in the room? Are you in the room when this company is like, when they're told like, we're gonna give you X amount of whatever it is? Because at the end of the day, it's not just, think about it from just common sense standpoint. It would be poor business. Like, it's not like there's a gun being held to their head. Like, they're literally getting taken care of, and they understand the value of it all the way around, or they wouldn't do it in the first place. And they would just say, fuck it, I'm going to sell it anyway. Open market, $60, whatever the price is, and call it a day. Please.
Hey, you like the thumbnail? I had to get that thumbnail out there, man. That's that clickbait.
That's we're going to close it out with that one.
Yeah, we're going to close out with that one. But no, man, I put that up there and bundled up with the whole, the whole devs get supported and this whole narrative of, they sold 18 billion consoles, and I'm sitting there going, unless you own fucking stock, stop cheerleading for a company. Why are you counting their pocket when you have a fucking regular job that you work 9 to 5, just like everybody else does? There's no need to count their pocket. They don't give a shit if you. All they care is at the end of the day their quota. It got met. But you're sitting there capping for a system, any system, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation. Holy shit, 18.5 million consoles sold is the reason why Microsoft don't release those numbers. That's not important to gamers.
It's not the focal point.
It's not important to gamers. If you're truly buying a console to play games, what the fuck do you care if it sold 18.5 consoles? Is that what validates your opinion? Is that what validates you? You need that validation? Guess what? Congratulations. Your fucking PlayStation sold 18 billion fucking consoles. What are you gonna do about it? Now what? You still don't have an expansion bay. You still got a gimmicky controller. You still got all this shit. You still got that you're not even fucking trying to talk about, and you still find yourself on Xbox tweets, still looking for validation. You got all of this shit. You got all the sales. You got exclusives, but you still find yourself at an Xbox tweet, upset that an Xbox player who loves their consoles is talking about how great their console is and how great the ecosystem is. Why are you free adding for Xbox? Why? Go promote your shit on your account. Go cap for that. Go push your Sony developers and that shit. Push them forward to be better so that I can go ahead and buy that console and be part of that ecosystem. How about that? Sell me on that shit. Don't sell me on what you hate about Xbox. Tell me about what you love about PlayStation.
Don't tell me like why I should go and sell my fucking Xbox to go and buy a plate. Like that's not what that's about. You know what I mean?
It's nuts.
But you see where people's energy get diverted and stuff like that. And once again, counting like a multi-billion-dollar company's pockets and shit. Like, oh, look how good they did. Like, oh, that means that it's good, right? Because sales just equal sales automatically.
That's the stick in the mud. You know? That's the marker. That's what tells you this is a successful console. No, it's not. That's not what games does. Software.
Call of Duty is the #1 selling game every fucking year. It is not the best game every fucking. Listen, that's fine. Yeah.
Battlefield 6. Yeah.
I want to say yes. I want to say yes to that, but there's other reasons why I want to say yes to that too.
Okay.
But yes, but every fucking year, Call of Duty is the #1. Every year, Call of Duty is the #1 selling game. It is not the best fucking game that comes out every year.
Broken every year. Multiplayer sucks ass. It's not the best selling. It's not the best selling. It's not the best game when it comes to the first party or first person shooter genre. However, it sells not millions, billions of dollars every year. It gets bigger and bigger every year. Because why? It's commercial. It's very commercialized. They know how to capitalize on that market. That's why. It's big because of that. It ain't big because it's a great title. It's many things that's great in life that has shitty ass reviews. I live in Florida. Disney, as huge as you guys in the chat go, fuck, I want to go to Disney. It's still one of the worst hated companies in the world. to work for. It's one of the worst hated companies in the world to theme parks to visit. But we pass all that because Disney, right? Magical. It's the same shit with these boxes, man. It's all about preference. But I'm done with that. No more fucking arguing with that. I want to move on to the last thing here, and I'm very excited about this shit. Chat, I know I got you guys hyped and everything. I got my hat on today, but I got to move on for that because if not, I'll catch a fucking heart attack and then there won't be another podcast next week or future, period. But let's talk about what I'm excited about, man. This is it right here. Logic, man, we got it. We got the date and the time, baby. And the time at 1 p.m. Eastern, June 13th, falls on a Sunday. Normally, that's when our podcast happens, which is 5 o'clock. We're going to do a special and bring it in earlier. We're probably going to start it about 12:30 for early reaction, like for early, pre-show kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw our hat in there like the whole G4 TV shit. We're gonna do our best.
Everybody,
to do that.
Listen, all of those kind of funny games. When they all do it, because they're all going to be doing it too. Listen, if you're excited about gaming and stuff like that, and you're doing it, and you want to watch it, we're going to be doing a live reaction to it. Hopefully, we're not talking as much because we also want to focus on what's being shown and everything. So we're going to do that. You're going to see our facial reactions. It's going to be fucking sweet.
Well, I'm probably going to be on mute because I'm going to be talking a lot.
It's me, you. I think we got kills me, you, or you.
Money's down.
Money's down as
Reborn's
well,
coming in.
I think Reborn's going to come in as well, too. So we're going to do that. And then I'm sure you're going to go to it. We're going to split it off. And then we're actually going to do our reaction. So our normal podcast for Sunday will still come out. It might come out a little bit earlier. I think we'll still talk about that, but it will be the reaction to the E3 showing for Xbox and Bethesda. And
so we're definitely going to start earlier for the 1 p.m. stream because we want to see that with you guys. We want reactions. We're definitely going to do that. That will be the E3 podcast. That's not our normal podcast. That's the E3 podcast.
Yep.
And then right after that, we're going to take a brief 30-minute
pause.
Break.
Yeah, we'll take a break
to get everybody gathered together, and then we're going to come back at a regular podcast time. Which is 5 p.m. for the reaction on E3 stuff. Yeah. I do want to do this. I want to extend, if it's okay with you, Logic, and we'll talk about it if we have to off stream. But I do want to extend the invite to one of our listeners. If they're willing to come in,
I don't mind if anybody wants to come and hang out and shoot the shit, because that's literally what we're going to be doing. I mean, listen, that's all this is any week anyway, and we appreciate it. And Kills definitely does, and I do. You guys just hanging out here and chat and just listen to us literally bullshit about games and stuff. It's a great feeling, and I know Kills appreciates it. I know I definitely appreciate it.
What I talk about all week long is this fucking podcast.
Yeah, I look forward to this every single week, man, and I'm really looking forward to this. So I'm definitely down to, if there's somebody that wants to be out there, we won't make it like a competition, whatever, but it's kind of like just maybe even like a first come thing, whatever, like that. Like however you want to figure it out. Somebody wants to come in and hang out with us and basically give us their reaction, to like what they saw and stuff like that. I would be super down for that, because that's all we're going to be talking about, for the podcast that time too.
I don't mind extending that to one of our listeners. You guys are more than willing to come in and talk shit with us. You don't have to have your camera on either. You can leave it off if you want. I respect that. There's no need for all that. I'm not going to pressure you
or whatever like that.
Yeah. So post special guest slots. That's something we
even if we just bring people in, even if you want to just try to do it too, to bring people in and out of chat, like whoever wants to come in, like whoever's in at the time too, and then just be like, hey, you want to talk about something cool, bring them in, and then they want to go out, like even if we do something like that.
Yeah, that sounds really good. We could do that too.
We could just rotate a couple of people in. Whoever wants to just come on and just bullshit.
Just so everybody has their
if you want to like come and be like 5-10 minutes and be like, hey, this is what I thought about this. Boom, this was what I was really excited about. Whatever. Then what I think we should do is like, we'll talk about our reactions and stuff. We'll go over everything like with us as the pod, and then we'll like let people come on and shit, and then just talk about whatever they want to talk about too.
Yeah, I know Potion's down with it. He has his own show. Yeah. I love it. I love watching his stuff. Yeah, Potion's down for it. But we could do that. Fuck, I would love to have you on the show, baby. Like
we'll figure it out. We'll get the logistics, and we'll definitely let you guys know for sure.
Yes, Money. We'll get Potion on the show. Yeah, see, Potion, you got a fan in the chat already. He wants you in the show, so we could do that. Goddess, you like to talk bullshit? We talk bullshit all day. Again, guys, it does not have to be with the camera on. You can have it off. I do not pressure people in doing that. This would be awesome, because if you are following me from the beginning, I've stated this show is for you guys. It has nothing to do with me and my ego. I don't care about it making money, no money. I don't make these production values that's out the ass, and I don't pretend to be a YouTuber. But I do appreciate the follows that I have. By the way, update, I do have 92 subscribers. That's amazing. That to me is that I have 92 people willing to listen to my bullshit and Logic bullshit. That is amazing. That to me is big.
I've been getting followers on Twitter. I literally, I come online, I wake up, I'm getting the Twitter stuff, and it's like, and I see the names, and it's like, and I see people, and I'm having conversations with people that are in the chat like every week and stuff, and it's great. It's honestly, it's really cool because even if we weren't recording this podcast, we would be doing this exact same
shit
thing.
Would be on this screen back here.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when we turn this podcast off,
just
that shit will turn off.
Just controller in hand,
and
we'd just be talking about it anyway, just without the camera on, without talking. So why not have the camera on? Why not have conversations like this? And then just find other like-minded individuals that like bullshitting and then just like gaming in general. And just, I was still charged. I think mine's charged too. So it's like.
Yeah. Biomutant. Money, get ready. Biomutant, we could play some fucking Knockout City. It's happening. But in a couple of minutes, I'll be jumping on Xbox. If you guys want to follow me on Xbox as well, my tag is on the screen at Sensei Kills. Logic is
I'm unit space Logic.
Unit space Logic. You can find them through mine if you have a problem. If you can go through mine, you find them. My whole crew's there. Money's there. Reborn's there. We're there. We like having fun. My
brother Draven's there.
Draven's there. His brother's there. So we like gaming. We like having fun with this shit. If you are asking where I get these chairs, the headsets, microphone, all that stuff, it's in my link. You can go through there. I buy everything from Amazon. Go through my link and purchase it through there. That's a quick.
No, just if you want to support. We don't have sponsors. We don't have ads yet and things like that. But if you want to support us, honestly, and stuff like that, like Kills is working right now. Personally, me, I'm not working right now, but it's okay. I'm figuring out some shit and stuff, getting some medical stuff taken care of. But I have the time to be able to do this and everything. So if you guys want to support, that's one way that you're able to support it, and that would be awesome. So
definitely. But again, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna turn around and play some more Biomutant. If not with the fellas, I'm probably gonna play. I'm most likely play Knockout City. But Logic, we'll see each other in the chat. We already know how that works. Yeah, you guys have been beautiful, have been awesome. Thank you for allowing us, the bearded ones, to go ahead and talk about what we talk about, our passion, which is fucking gaming. Logic has the SXS.
Wait, Pyro, real quick. Yeah, I have Pyro, real quick. I have the voice for silent movies. So thanks, but no thank you. That's all. Listen, the silent movies. So listen, so we subtitle you. So
I just caught that.
Come out with a way. So literally, we'll try to find a way. We'll get like a fucking whiteboard or something, or like, and then we'll just like get your you'll talk to us, and then we'll just relay it in like text or something like that, or we'll do the robotics. No, the text to speech.
Yes, yeah.
Just come on for text to speech. Yeah. And like literally,
by the way, man, I know sign language. So if you want to hit me up on FaceTime on the phone side of things, I can. I know sign language. We do sign language as well. We can do that side, but that's hilarious. I just caught the whole shit with those sign language.
Pyro could do text to speech. I'm all down for that. I love that shit. I love when YouTubers do that shit. You know how many YouTubers I watch that do the text to speech? Like they don't show because they don't want to like dox themselves or show their real voice. So they just do that. Like it's great.
So money say it's not on EA Pass money. We gotta pay for that shit now.
Knockout is done. Gotta pay now.
Oh man.
At all? It's not on. It's not even on price.
Is it on EA Pass money? Because I'm about to find out myself. I don't mind paying for it.
I thought we said that it wasn't gonna do that.
Well, it's revert. Well, I assumed it was free. It was free for Game Pass for the moment. I assume that once it comes over Game Pass, it'll be just on EA Pass exclusively, which you already got with Game Pass Ultimate.
Okay.
But he's saying that we have to pay for it, so I'll find out in a minute. But I'm still gonna, if that's the case, I'll support it. I've had too much fun in this shit free. I'm okay with paying. I think it's $20 or whatever. I'm okay with paying that. I have no problem with that. I paid more for less. So that's okay with that. But I digress. Let's see. It's just self-depreciation humor. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I make these humors about my. I get in trouble all the time for making fun of my weight, which is crazy because I'm making fun of my own self and I get in trouble for that. But that's okay. We get that. Everybody on my show is welcome. You got we're gamers at the end of the day. So, but that's it. We have gone to the hour and 24-minute mark. I
hear that beautiful sound.
You hear that beautiful sound right behind me? Bro,
yeah,
it's calling me. It's like Sensei, get the fuck off. We gotta play the game. That's probably you fuckers hitting me up with.
It's me. No, it's me signing on. I think
it's you.
I don't even have it's like I got the camera on, but I'm not even looking. I'm like, fuck it. Like I'm here, man.
Real time shit right there. Anyways, guys. Again, thank you guys for supporting the channel. The links are in my bio if you guys are wondering where I get all my shit from. Any support is appreciated, whether it's you coming in every week and listening to me and Logic or hitting me up on Twitter. I appreciate the growth. I appreciate everything from day one. I said, this is not our show. This is your show. So we'll continue doing that. Thank you guys. And as I always say, happy fucking gaming.
happy game.